map so far in the M7 Swiss stage. I believe this puts it at the 9th, or are we past 10th in the times we played Broken Walls? It's the most played, pretty much.
Wow.
So right away, focus on to Rosa's picks. You take away the Juicin, the Selena, and respect, of course, the Fanny. I think these are just pretty standard bans if you're going up against Aurora Turquia specifically.
Yeah, so that leaves a lot of the jungle picks actually open, similar to the... Never mind the jungle picks, let's go.
Yep, instantly. They know that Sora is up, so that Valentina has to be locked in sooner rather than later. She's going to have a lot of different ultimates to work with. The question is, like we saw before, every time the Sora Valentina question comes up, do you overload her, or is she just going to commit every single time to picking up Sora's ult?
I'm just surprised that the carry was already picked up here more than
The Claude.
that was open. I guess it's also probably to counter out the Grok that was shown first pick by Aurora. Don't know if it's just a bit too reactive because there are so many other power picks out there.
Well, I think mainly because Grok with the Tectonic Charge can cancel out, and the Mighty Swing can cancel out the Blazing Druid duet, so I think it's kind of understandable to a degree. So Claude, Farsa, no surprises here. It feels like Aurora are getting whatever they want.
There's something that Evil can surprise us with here, and if ever they're going to be putting this Valentina in the mid lane, let's say the Sora doesn't show up and you don't need to put in the EXP lane, I'd want to see it take the similar approach of a Valentina EXP that we saw earlier in Swiss, where instead of building magic, it built defense full tank. So what if they can find a way to make up the Joy earlier, as we saw, put that in the jungle, your Valentina acts as sort of like another Grok on your side, because you'll have damage coming through the Sora that just comes in, so you don't really need the Valentina to dish out damage. You want it for its utility. So you get the utility of the Grok and damage through, if ever, a Joy in the jungle.
Join the jungle. Could go Yishinshin if they want to really scale. Are any assassins viable right now? Maybe Hayabusa. There's an argument for Lance, but Grok makes it really difficult no matter what. Like, that's a guarantee.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky for him to pull that off. If ever Aurora doesn't ban it out, probably Hayabusa will really be the best option. There's just too much dive going on for, or at least range that you could expect from Aurora, at least now. So maybe they'd want to match that with an assassin. They ban out the Kalea first for Evil. That still leaves Powerful with a lot of other options if ever they wanted to.
I think of the roamers that he can match. Joe is there in terms of matching the rotational speed and aggression. Hill has been sort of dipped out. I think Gata is Gata not bad.
He hasn't been touched.
Yeah.
He hasn't been touched the entire way. I think that Aurora more likely is going to ban it out, but then they have to worry about Cho too. So again, it's kind of pick your poison.
The high loss is there too. If we're just talking about at least anticipating whatever Tianzi might pick up as well.
Hylos got banned.
Oh, yeah. It's gone.
There's so many options that have been eliminated out. And I think that personally for me, the fact that Evil was like, again, both Evil and Aurora were very targeted towards each other in terms of their target bans, rather than just say, generally, these are good in the meta.
Yeah. I'm surprised that they were even considering that Evil would go with the Hilda. I mean, considering there's a Claude in the Farsa, but I feel like...
I mean, Freya's up in those bans, so anything's possible.
That's true. But that's the realm we find ourselves in now.
Yeah, I hate how scary it is just randomly. Oh yeah, I picked Claude. I picked Freya.
Yeah.
Maybe not now though, because there's a carry though.
Yeah.
I think we should say a little thank you to the Chinese server. They're the ones who started playing Freya, started introducing it to the rest of the world. That made us think about it.
That's facts.
And then now when they revamp Freya, it's like, all right, here goes Freya. Gotcha as expected comes in here for Evil.
No surprises there. No surprises there. I want to see what Aurora actually want to bring for the EXP lane, because it feels like as of right now, Arlet doesn't sound like a bad idea, but it needs to be paired up with a little bit more CC. I'm thinking Fredrin if it gets to it. But then you're gonna clump up, and that's gonna be a free engage for Sora, so they go Lance.
Yeah, the Phoebus is there too. If they just wanted to match the aggression, although, what other options are there, honestly?
How do you feel about the glue?
Glue though. You know what? Maybe not. I am off of the glue only because it's really difficult to get the carry in the first place. And I think that Uranus makes a little bit more sense because then you can go in and out a lot more consistently without having to depend so heavily on your cooldowns.
You know, I said Joy earlier. I still think it looks perfect for Evil to pick it up.
Kinda.
There is nothing stopping you other than the Grok and a really well-timed stun from the Curse of the Crow from Farsa.
Is Evil gonna go that route? I mean, with the Valentina in their hands, I don't think it sounds as much of a bad idea. So they have a bit more magic damage to expect.
It's really, really tough to say because there's so many arguments that can be made here. But
There.
it looks like they go for the Joy at the very end of it. So in terms of magic damage profile, they got true damage with a heavy focus on magic. So that's something that Aurora needs to keep in mind coming into this game for item build progressions.
Yeah. Item building, I feel like it's going to be something very important for these two.
Oh yeah.
Their routes, how this Valentina is going to be played. It was already shown to us before that you can play full tank EXP against a Sora. What more now with a Sora, and there's a great ultimate that you can steal that scales well through your max HP and the Grok ability kit. So, interesting choices for Evil as they go up against Aurora, but I think because of it being a little bit more standard than what we're used to, I'm leaning a little bit more towards Aurora here.
Yeah. I have nothing against those who draft uniquely, and I've said it earlier, but I feel like it's a much more comfortable draft that we're seeing right now from Aurora to pull off.
Man, Brigadier, you are a lot more forgiving than I am because I am critical of these weird drafts. And I want to see whether or not it's going to work because we're testing some limits here to show what the meta is all about. And I think right now, Aurora's draft is looking pretty decent. Right now, it's that tech charge, like Renmar mentioned. It's such an important spell, and if it can get at least more than 2 members, it's more than worth it.
Ooh. So they got to delay the minion waves again, but Evil, that will not stop them from actually clearing the waves first. They dive, or they actually... What?
Yep, they're trying to just open up the map, right? Getting some early trades, forcing Sayla to flicker because he knows he doesn't have this dash and he sees TNZ coming by. This is exactly what they want to do. Aurora planned for the Little Wanderer.
Yeah.
Look at all that control and Prio, Pagu, and Rosa are getting powerful, and Sailor are getting bullied in the center of the map right now. Oh,
What?
that's dangerous.
What?
Yeah.
What?
As much as they wanted to try, you know, but why?
Oh no.
No, don't tell me. I mean, Rosa is already out of there. Revitalize is already through. What is happening? What? Stop it!
pretty shaky duels. And Ziggy Boom now even he wants a part of
Wait,
it.
no one's recalling it. No one's recalling.
No, you can't. The wave is already here.
Yeah.
Nobody
Oh
wants to
my
back
God.
down. And now Sayla, does he lose any EXP? 0 EXP
Yeah.
lost.
Okay.
Good composure that he was able to stick around and not lose any of the minion waves. that was wild, bro.
That was really wild. Why did Powerful wanna try and go for the taunt in that particular way,
Some
right?
HP back.
Like, I don't know. I feel like he could have just like walked up, and if he happens to be like point blank range, then you do it, you know?
It was okay. Now we're talking.
They're putting Powerful in his place. They're like, no, you don't get to walk up to us just like that. Lunar still hasn't hit level 4 as the very first turtle has already spawned, and Aurora, first team to get on top of it.
Did Powerful ever recall yet?
Nope,
Still walking around.
never left.
Oh, it didn't reset. Oh, interesting angle. Aether still holding on strong.
Whoa.
Looking really good. Now in the lightning form immediately. Trying to get back out of the electrifying beats is gone.
Whoa.
As Rosa's looking for an opportunity. Gear able to find one. Mighty swing into the auto. Lunar with the Ionic Edge able to find Gear. Now Sayla can't seem to run away from this tough position he is currently in. Too high are the cooldowns, and Lunar gets a double.
Might have been worth it earlier with that turtle steal and kill onto TNZ, but I think Aurora Gaming have actually balanced it out somehow. Wait, Siggy Boom.
Whoa! Yo, that was... I get the idea from Sigurboom, but I think he miscalculated how long that ult actually lasts. Carry.
It's always fun to see a carry and a Cloud duel it out real quick, although I am still on the fence about seeing them all the damn time. By the way, Realme 15 Pro 5G, our official gaming phone, you saw it there on the hand cam. As Evil and Aurora still trying to jockey for a better position to get a lead. Maybe taking down Pagu here might be the thing for Evil, but Pagu will just easily walk away.
Unironically, despite the weird movements we've seen on the map, it goes for both of these teams, right? They're trying to play a very standard game. They're looking for those weak points before they can snap the joints.
Yeah, and it's not like we've seen any major plays just yet. It's as if there are attempts, but both teams are just quick to disengage whenever they feel like it's not going to be favorable enough for them. But down bottom, Vincence's But there might be rotation.
Yeah, they know something is wrong here. Mid lane is missing. They only see Pagu so far without anything like a feathered airstrike or any signal to give against the tech charge. Pagu sets it up perfectly! What a instantaneous play!
They made that look easy.
Yeah. And that was such a quick decision from Aurora Gaming. Because the moment that they felt that Ven was a lost cause or that they couldn't really go after him, they got even better targets in the mid lane.
Yeah, Sayla cannot disrespect Grok like this. This is why Grok has been highly banned throughout the tournament. There's just so many things that Grok can do to mess with you. He doesn't always have to go for that mighty swing. He can just use a traditional attack. He can just use an empowered auto. So many ways to guarantee maximum crowd control.
Crozier Scythe now built up here for Ven. Sigiboom, if I'm not mistaken, also just did run the DHS. Second turtle of the game. The broken walls allowing Aether to get a more comfortable position against these members of Aurora, specifically that Grok. TNT's nearby, they could go for the full commit in just a bit.
Oh, Doroth's been watching out for
Oh! Flicker in from the tech charge onto Pagu instantly with the blazing joint coming in from Sigmund. The feather airstrike is good as Ven is out of fight. AOG to cut them off. As you can see, that Gear gets into the fight and secures the turtle. Pagu might be the next to fall as a stolen tech charge finds the counter engage to cancel out Sigaboom's BMI.
Oh,
What a play.
goodness. As we thought that Aurora already had pretty decent control over the objective. Hold on. Does Lunar actually get to clear this? I think he will.
He should be okay. I don't think they wanted to dive the Uranus just yet, but they're setting up for it. Luna, he does get his ult just in time. He can pop it at any moment. He's waiting for it. The engagement coming in, the lightning phone coming in from here. He can deal the damage, but Luna just does not care. Pops the ult early as Aether. Now looking for an opportunity. Electrifying Beats realizes Rosa's too healthy. Not enough damage. They back off for now.
Okay, there's a Radiant Armor now on Pagu's Grok, which means that the damage of this Joy might just get stunted a little bit, and Evil might get surprised as to why the Grok isn't going to be falling down quickly. They really have to watch their positioning around that tech charge. Pagu has been on point, has been committing the flickers, maximizing the animation of it.
Oh, really nice movement coming in from Gear, locking him in place. AOG, but Pagu with the CC immune walks out scot-free.
Great movements we're seeing from Aurora. Even though Evil were really decisive on trying to get that kill, they weren't able to get anything out of it. I'm liking the aggression that we're seeing from them. Even though Aurora Gaming are the ones leading in terms of kills, they're the ones who are actually constantly able to steal away the necessary objectives. They're the ones able to convert things so far, taking a turret off of Aurora and potentially might even go for another one here up top, unless Aurora actually are the ones to start things off. But they will play it safe.
What a position that they were in. They could have easily just jumped on to Powerful, but they don't want the counter engage coming in from Evil just yet, right? As we see Ven now baited into a fight that he cannot win. Luckily, the spin light wheel is able to catch two. Buys time as Pagu is going to go right onto Ven. Even Lunar as well with the Ionic Edge finds it with the help of Pagu. Good stuff coming in from Aurora.
Great late entries by Pagu. Again, tech charge on point. Not the big team set, but at the end of the day, it's a kill onto the gold laner. Aether already started off the turtle earlier. Gear and Powerful are here. Can Aether get a kill?
Oh, Rosa, wings by wings. Electrifying Beat's going to be popped a little late here on purpose. Waiting for the opportunity for a feathered airstrike as TNT is able to secure it. Oh, the engage coming in from Gear, almost good. Didn't catch two. Double flickers were committed though. As Aurora Gaming walk away, they at least get the turtle.
Yep, first objective that goes over to Aurora Gaming, and I don't think they really wanted to look for a fight after that. Qianzi just resumed jungling and did not decide to join in the mid lane. So Aurora were just playing it or keeping it safe after getting what they needed, and maybe now's the time. They could just join together, include Sigiboom in their rotations, and have enough damage to deal with Evil.
I think that Evil, especially powerful, now that he's got the Pauldron already purchased, he's going to need a little bit of anti-heal. Everybody avoiding the anti-heal like it's a plague. No Dom Ices, no Glowing Wands as well.
Things might start looking different once they have them locked in. I think he decided to rush the Chastise Spawn, didn't really think about the Claude. But the Dom Ice should be coming in just a bit for that God to Tacho, while the Valentina, that will be the second item it will build.
I don't think they They're going to be able to get the anti-heal in time.
Oh.
Good engagement coming in from Gear, but faster movements coming in from Lunar. Single sidestep was all he needed. As the waves are now getting pushed and pulled consistently, Aurora Gaming is taking advantage of the whole situation, right?
They're probably waiting for the Trinity to come in for Sigiboom before actually trying to look for a fight, so that they're a bit more confident in terms of the damage output that they'll be able to provide, because I think he's lacking just one more before actually completing it. Oh, wait! Oh,
Blazing Duet already coming out towards Aether's side. Electrifying Beast by
Whoa!
Slive. Sigiboom flickers forward. With the help of Rossa, they secure it. That's Aether down. What a catch. Pretty interesting. I like the way that Sigiboom plays, but now Lunar has opened up the entire map, knowing the Gear is alone. Sigiboom gets free auto attacks, but he backs off. There's no reason to fight. 10 seconds until Lord.
It looked like Aether was baited into that, not realizing the state of the map, and in the end, it would be him falling down. 1,500 gold lead here for Aurora Gaming, and this is just as Aurora as you can get with this performance.
Yep.
Great condition, all the conditions checked.
Oh my goodness. How much damage is he doing to Ven? And now Ven popping the ult as well, wants to take Lunar out, but doesn't have enough damage. Holy Crystal already purchased by Aether as they fight for position over this Lord.
that looked like such a perfect time to use the tech charge, but no one from Aurora was ready to fight just yet. But now Evil are forced under their turrets. They don't have they do have an idea that Powerful's here. Oh no!
And they catch him. Powerful uses the tries to use the AOG, can't get it! He gets CC time and time again as Gears look for a counter engagement of his own. Maybe anti-CC, but still, they're just waiting it out. They're bleeding them dry, and Aurora wait out the abilities, wait out the timers for a no contest on the Lord. Here comes Aether onto Rossa, electrifying beats as well, cancel out, can't get over the wall.
How could you dash freely in this kind of lineup? There's just so much that's stopping you. That's stopping Aether. And now they're trying to go for the invades and even a kill down bottom on Ben.
Oh, Ben, he was playing it perfectly. Perfect movement. Jumps out Pagu. AOG forces out a flicker of his own as Gear was only able to engage on the front line. Wait, hold on. Powerful. Still catching TNC. Not bad, but for now, what a dangerous game. 3.9K turning into a 4K as mid-tier 1 cracks open.
Yeah, this Grok has been a nuisance. It's so good.
Oh, now you're talking about the Grok.
Yep, and now the tech charge easily set for them. They clear the wave. Tier 2 already put down to 50% as the feathered airstrike just for the siege. This is Aurora Gaming. They really got some tracks under them.
It's only been 11 minutes, but you could feel the struggle, the difference
Oh
in the
my
joy
God.
gameplay that we saw in game number, or the first series compared to now. It's a 0-3 for Aether. Oh, Powerful, does he get out of this?
Might not be able to force use the Revitalize early on as the Holy Shielding down by the mid lane already cracks. This is why Grok is so good. Pagu, he clearly knows his Grok tech with the walls.
Honestly, I think this is one of the best explanations as to why the win rates for Sora and Grok are like this. Like, Grok has had such a high win rate so far in M7, but Sora, I don't think he's able to snatch a win just yet. It's just all highlights that we're seeing from Sora so far.
I think there's a bit of a relationship between Grok and as well as Sora, right? Every time you do see Sora inevitably get let through, Grok usually is one of that pairings that just happens to be left as well.
The trades teams are willing to make here. And Aurora Gaming has been trading well around the map this entire game. 6,000 and climbing. Oh, Rosa!
The feathered airstrike looking for that back line. Sayla losing 50% of his AG. AOG coming in from the help of Powerful. Electrifying beats on only the front line as Yenzi is about to go back into the fight with the Phantom Execution. Takes out Powerful. And the engagement from Gear is good, but Sigaboom is able to get out of the way. With the Trinity, he melts like butter. And now Tenzi gets to play the game for free.
It's fortunate timing there for Evil. I know they decided to want to take the fight because they saw that the tech charge was already committed. But still, they could not get the right start to it.
Oh no.
The final push. They're looking for the opportunity as Aether trying to focus on these waves. Same goes for Sayla. That wall is going to push them back, and they managed to get the Crystal still relatively healthy, but the Lord, it's back up in 13. It's going to be one hell of a fight here.
Yeah, and that's such a huge objective taken by Aurora Gaming before the Lord. That's the mid-base turret of Evil. Not even Lunar seems the least bit bothered by the damage that Evil are able to throw out at this point. An 8K gold lead? for this lineup.
Dude, I mean, Lunar is having the time of his life. He is literally a walking ward and who's unkillable. He's 3-0-6. He's devastated Gear, and every engagement that Gear has quote-unquote successfully gotten hasn't done much. Look at that. He flickers out of the way and tech charge. Everything thrown at the wall to take Lunar down. The Eclipse is here, and now the sun looks to shine. Feathered Airstrike as well as the tech charge gets Pagu out of there. Tianzi, plenty of damage. He's looking for a little bit more, but he has to wait for the waves.
Gear for Lunar, both EXP laners. But do you really want to hand over more gold to Aurora Gaming at this point?
They also get gold for getting killed there onto Lunar, so something is better than nothing, even though you have to give up something for that. I think it's one of those quotes that sound deep but actually don't mean anything. But
Yep.
you guys know what I mean, right?
We get what you mean. We
Thank you.
totally get it. Because look, everybody's got like a 1K lead on their side, besides the jungler who's about to turn it into a 3K. And, oh my god. Aether, if he can just catch Rossa, there might be some hope. Here comes the Electrifying beats. No problem, loses 50% and gets stunned and dies!
What the flicker?
Just like that! And now Gear, now switching into all attack mode, hoping that maybe he can find a trade back as the Lord gets soloed down by Ven single-handedly. 2 missing inhibitors and another attempt coming in from Aurora. Todd's good, AOG even better, and Sayla might have just done it to save this game for Evil. Ven now taking the space forward, looking for as many attacks as possible. Ran out of the ult and must go back to defend the base.
Thanks to the DHS, at least Sigibum is now able to regain everything back. But I think that was a really commendable call from Evil. Them deciding to actually pursue Rosa. It may have been a bit unsuccessful in the beginning, but they were able to finish it off, and that already meant so much for them. Because then, Ven was able to focus down on at least just clearing the Lord for now. And it's not like they were completely unprepared if ever Aurora wanted to still proceed with the fight. You saw that IMU wild charge or tech charge from Sayla, and that forced out so much from Aurora Gaming. Even the flicker from Sigibum, which I think he barely touched this entire game.
Yeah, Evil are definitely within earshot of being able to turn this around. Yes, you're looking at an 8,000 gold lead for Aurora Gaming, but it's within the thresholds of like 50,000. Evil is just about to cross 45, which means they definitely have enough in the tank to turn things around. Although executing that team fight is going to be harder for them. One of the biggest things they need to deal with, again, is that Farsa. They take that Farsa out, and that's just one step. You have to wait for Pagu's tech charge. You have to wait for Sigibum and have an answer ready for you. The good thing is there is already a blade armor on that Gatot Kacha, and there are items set for that Joy. We have felt the damage and seen it. Divine Glaive on this Valentina as well. It's going to be one of the main ways they come back into it. Now, even more so, an additional item for Ven. He gets the Malefic Gun.
I think right now it's a pivotal point for Evil, right? Every little bit of gold is actually super valuable to get important items, situational items, like maybe even a Winter Crown. Ideally a Wind of Nature at some point just for Claude. If I'm looking at Ven's item build, I think he's very close to it. No, actually, he decides to go for the Malefic Gun alongside his Rose Gold Meteor. Interesting. He's more worried about Rosa.
Yeah, and where is Rosa right now?
Silent Assassin, look at him, so far away from the team.
I love this this kind of positioning coming in from Farsas.
Yeah, I think I recall many plays of this with Sanji, just holding the orange bush or the orange buff.
Okay, so it's Rosa going with TNC.
Okay, they're hopping one after the other. Sigibum, okay, manages to get out there with the BMI. Nothing to be worried about, but look at the fattest tank of all time. Oh my goodness, stole a Feathered Airstrike, try to buy some time as Aether gets back out of there. Powerful, must fight, and now the Blazing Duet gets cancelled. Ven, he's done it, and now they're turning the fight around. Tech charge ain't good enough, and Sayla, he could fight, but he doesn't want to flicker. He sees Rosa, he doesn't want to do any more than this. Here must hold them as we see the base now getting attacked in the mid lane. It's a base lane. Evil, they gotta go back. Oh my god, Sigibum might have just done it for the team. BMI to switch places. Flickers. Wow! And there you have it. A clutch base steal. Sigibum, well done.
Hand in his pocket, one eye closed. Not a lot of tech. The Turkish Trigger Man gets the win for Aurora.
Not like that.
Unbelievable. Evil were already on that one team fight that could have potentially turned things around. Ben was doing it. You mentioned it.
What a crushing blow. A crushing blow to Singaporean fans. They all know, all of them, they messed up. They just needed to recall, and Sigabum put that final nail. They didn't even know that it was there. They didn't even see the tip of the coffin.
Yeah, because even Pagu chose to sacrifice himself just so he could at least lessen or reduce the amount of people who could call back to the base. And that was literally Sigibum's decision from that exchange he had with Ben and him popping his mortality and then choosing to not fight anymore, but just seeing the opportunity, seizing the opportunity in the mid lane. This is literally Sigibum. This was all Sigibum's call.
Oh,
I believe that was also a winter crown that kept him alive.
yup. It's so insane when you look at the moves of this game and notice that it already was pushing into the 17th minute when this final sequence finally occurred.
Yeah, there, the winter crown.
And then he BMIs out of there and he runs straight down the mid lane.
He just left everyone and decided to push.
Look at that. It's so beautiful how this all played out. Everything that could have went wrong. And Sigabum, he even got out of there. Look at Rosa. Rosa was like, I'm going to help you. Realizes they're recall him. Sigabum, this is all you. We're going to get the Lord. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, because it almost seemed like a slight failed attempt of the flank, but none of it mattered anymore.
Oh, it's a crazy moment, so it's time to hear from Aurora to hear what they have to say.
Aurora Gaming finally enters the 2-1 bracket. And with me here, I have with me Pagu, TNZ, and Apex. TNZ left. Oh no. I wanted to sing happy birthday for TNZ because I heard it's TNZ's birthday today. But TNZ left me on stage, so I guess we can all say happy birthday to TNZ.
Yeah, it's actually 1 month ago. It's just written like that.
Oh, it's 1 month ago. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Belated happy birthday, I guess. Okay, now, you know what? Let's talk about the game. We know that now Aurora Gaming has entered the 2-1 bracket. Boys, how are you all feeling so far this M7?
I mean, we are very excited as our previous game, we ended in such a way that I think now we are super hyped for next game.
Yes. Now, we definitely could see that you guys are very, very much hyped, and we could see the composure coming back from you guys. Now, I have a question. In such a very packed schedule, and of course a very tight tournament where we have best of ones only so far in the Swiss stages, how are you guys coping with it? Apex?
Şimdi seriler BO1 sürüyor diyor. Hani yani bu sıkı hani şey hakkında ne düşünüyorsun diyor. Hani.
Bence bu bir yandan iyi bir yandan zor bir şey çünkü kimin kazanacağını gerçekten kestiremiyorsun. En kötü takım en iyi takımı yenebiliyor, underdog'daki takım en üst seviyedeki STR takımı yenebiliyor. Ama ben beğeniyorum.
He said that I mean about BO1, every team can win every team, so it's really risky. Sonra ne dedi?
En düşük takım en yüksek takımı yeniyor.
Tamam, başka ne dedi?
Beğeniyorum.
Yeah, he likes that system because
you
it's
like it?
exciting to watch because anything could happen.
Yes, anything could happen, and one small mistake could literally cost your team the game. Now, tomorrow we all know it's going to be a rest day. We don't have matches tomorrow. How are you guys spending your off day? Are you guys going to stroll around Jakarta or really hardcore locked in training mode?
Yarın ne yapacaksın?
Again, your voice a little bit cut.
Oh, it got cut off. It's okay. Tomorrow we don't have any matches. It's an off day for everybody, but how is Aurora Gaming going to spend your off day?
Yarın tatil gününüz olacak diyor. Yarın ne yapacaksınız?
Yarın scrim atacağız, hatalarımızı gözden geçireceğiz. Bir sonraki maçımıza odaklanacağız.
Ne? Dur kameraya bak.
Tomorrow just scrim, training, focus to next game, watch replay if have mistake something like this.
They're very much locked in. I don't think they're going to be having too much fun going around Jakarta tomorrow because they are locked in and ready for training. Pagu, is there anything you want to say to the Aurora Gaming fans that are supporting you guys?
Yeah, I'm really grateful. Like, you guys support me so much, and because of it, we can play so well. Thank you, guys.
There we go, Aurora Gaming's buff. Thank you very much, boys, and congratulations on your win. And with that, to break down what happened in this best of one series, let us show it back to the panel to give us an insight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to hear from Aurora Gaming, of course, showing their love for all their supporters, keeping them going, their families as well, and they're locked in. Even though it's going to be an off day for all of us here tomorrow, they said, now we're not going to be thinking about that. We're going to be looking at what we got to fix up, as now they are going to be heading into the 2-1 brackets, and they are now heading into best of 3 territories. But
Yeah.
this was a great way to win this. I like what they said about how, I think it was Pagu who mentioned, with how he won today, I like the momentum that we have because that kind of win is going to keep you going.
Oh yeah.
It feels so satisfying.
Because it's like they were winning the entire time, and then the one time Evil actually felt like we got one hell of a chance. We're actually doing this. They ended up losing their base in the process. That's how bad it got. But I mean, when we look at the items, hopefully we get a bigger story here after the MVP. Because God, give it up for Sigeboom here. He deserves all the credit for that final play alone.
Even that sequence he showed us when he was trying to accomplish the base siege all by himself. Because yes, Rosa was around the area, but majority of it was really just him. He was just targeting it. He used the BMI and then the flicker. All those decisions that came into play moments before that and even during that were really just so commendable. And this is why we also talked about Sigeboom being such a star player, being such a highlight. And after and despite everything that he's been through, so it's not moving, so never mind. So here we go again, looking at the highlights of this entire game. I think you would agree that it has been majority Aurora controlling the game. There were moments, especially in the beginning, wherein we thought that there could have been a lot more punishable plays from Evil, but I think they were able to somehow carry it out nonetheless, much to a point wherein we thought that there could have been an opportunity for them to eventually turn things around. But there was just multiple attempts like this from Gear. He was using the Stormbind, but there wasn't enough follow-up, and there were just a bit too much displacement skills that were also readily available for Aurora, so they could just reposition themselves out of it after that. And I feel like Aurora in this game have read the map so well that even when Evil were trying to look for opportunities, similar to what we saw just now in down bottom when they tried to pick off Lunar, they were actually working on other things. And that was something Evil probably did not entirely anticipate. Now this, I feel, was the flank that we were talking about. Rosa and Tianzi clearly coming in from behind.
Yep.
If we were to look at it closely, it didn't feel as if it was entirely working in their favor. Pago was bursted down and Ven was already finding the right targets. But that switch up from Sigeboom and his decision to just walk away from everything, Gear sensed it. He actually followed them.
Yeah.
Followed Rosa, followed Sigeboom, but then only Aether and Ven were able to recall, and it wasn't enough. He was already able to bring the base down to half HP by the time they were able to recall and come back. And again, even that, I think we have to give it to Pagu for also not letting any other players get to follow up.
For sure. For the moment, it was Sigeboom's moment. For majority of the game, it was Pagu's control. His play on this Grok really kept Evil in check.
Genuinely disgusting. 4 times we see that Aether actually gets caught out in the middle of the electrifying beats. Who set it up? Pagu. Every single time. And it's crazy how much he got away with in this game. Obviously, I'm looking back into the old days because I'm an older man at this point. Because Apex 47 did very similar things. And Pagu is coming in, not only doing Apex 47 tech, but showing that there is more to Grok than what you can see with the naked eye.
I don't think also in the end there, it wasn't intentional that Pagu drew attention away from the members of Evil going back. It looked like they just saw a low Grok and said, yeah, let's just kill this guy. Wait, our base?
Our base?
What happened to our base? I feel like Evil, I get the frustration. Yes, it hurts to get split push like that, but I think they also knew that it was, in a way, their fault that happened. They spent too long reading the situation. They saw the waves crashing in. They knew where Sigeboom was heading. There was a good 2 seconds where they stood there as if playing for positioning, and then they decided, let's go for the Grok.
I
And then let's recall to go home.
I mean, I guess you can't entirely blame them. The momentum was there. They were winning the fight.